Hello, everyone. Today, I want to speak on the subject of quantum computing as it transforms digital security. This needs immediate attention because it will define the future of cybersecurity. Thus, we must address this issue today rather than delay it. The concept of quantum computing deals with something beyond just faster classic computers. These machines operate according to unique computational processing current systems cannot achieve. A conventional computer works by only using binary values, either a 0 or 1. Quantum computers exist using qubits that exist in both states, 0 and state 1, simultaneously. Quantum computers move beyond just simple performance increase to completely revolutionize compute capabilities with principles like superposition and entanglement. Now, the security risks from quantum systems originate from its ability to easily break current online cryptographic algorithms that protect our activity. Currently, RSA encryption still operates as the essential encryption standard for internet security. This encryption method remains secure as it requires too much time to factor large numbers through classic computing methods. However, Shor's algorithm allows for quantum computers to split large numbers at a considerable accelerated pace. RSA encryption, along with ECC and similar crypto systems, would become easily breakable through quantum computing technology within just a few minutes of operation. The threat is no longer just theoretical. Palo Alto Networks reports quantum computing has elevated risks to core digital systems affecting email services and online banking. A disturbing element in this situation is that attackers could already be gathering information while it remains encrypted, because they plan to decrypt it after quantum computers achieve its full potential. This technique is commonly referred to as harvest now, decrypt later. Data currently retaining a sense of security will eventually fall under the duration of this ticking clock. So, what is being done about this? The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, along with other government agencies, currently lead the primary response to this crisis. CISA launched the Post-Quantum Cryptography Initiative to create readiness among public infrastructure and essential industries against this rising quantum threat. The agency warns that this implementation requires more than a simple update or a quick fix. Such a transformation would need extensive strategic planning, as it would require multiple years to implement. But leading figures from private enterprises have already acted. Take Cloudflare, for example. Post-quantum cryptographic protocols have become part of their service infrastructure. The implementation occurs presently because the company leaders have preferred to have a grasp of the situation rather than show signs of panic. These organizations can build data protection methods which address present encryption requirements with hybrid encryption that can bridge quantum resilient methods with existing systems. So, how do we make sense of all this as professionals? First, we must understand risk management, since it serves as a foundation within cybersecurity. The formula for risk considers a threat factor, the system's vulnerabilities, and the damage that occurs if attackers succeed. Quantum computing created unprecedented system vulnerabilities which previously appeared secure. The vulnerability level rises significantly with this change. Organizations which fail to incorporate quantum analysis in their security threat assessment work without complete visibility to their defense plan. Now, an essential requirement in this situation is to have cryptographic agility. A cryptographic agile system can accept new encryption protocols without demanding a complete restructuring of operations. Organizations need to be able to shift directions as new security threats develop. So, what should organizations be doing today? Well, step one is to conduct a full cryptographic inventory check. You should identify all locations and implementation methods of your current cryptographic protocols within your systems, specifically ones that affect authentication protocols, data protection measures, and network connectivity. Identify all locations where RSA, ECC, and other vulnerable algorithms are applied to your system. And step 2 is to establish your migration plans. A transition process cannot be completed at once. You should focus on the most important systems which require transition pathways first. Cloudflare is developing a hybrid encryption solutions that companies should test as a next step. You should review post-quantum algorithms listed by NIST, the National Institute for Standards and Technology, for their current evaluation stage. The last phase here is standard algorithm selection by NIST, while ensuring validation processes remain continuous. Next, we need to discuss how leadership must become more involved in this matter. Executive involvement becomes essential to this matter. Executive leaders determine resource distribution, set organizational priorities, and guide strategic development. The Times reported that governments and private companies participated in a high-speed competition to construct quantum computers while simultaneously working to develop countermeasures against such machines. The issue exceeds basic technological aspects. It's also a leadership problem. You already wasted too much time when your CIO arrives in an emergency. Now let's go even broader. Quantum computing extends beyond the realm of cybersecurity into the political world. Countries that control quantum technology give themselves substantial strategic benefits. Intelligence collections and economic control is among many strategies that occur in cyber warfare. Quantum superiority has the potential to reshape how powers throughout the world interact with each other. The US government invests increasing funds into quantum technology to to maintain its defensive abilities along with innovative initiatives. But this race also creates opportunity. Organizations actively prepared for post-quantum technology gain both safety advantages and a market distinction. Such organizations will earn trust of their clients. Prepared organizations become centers attracting both future customers and strategic business alliances. And their readiness for future compliance changes will improve because of it. The future brings a high probability of post-quantum cryptographic standards being enforced in a particular setting, such as finance, healthcare, and defense services. Supply chains should not be ignored when considering the matter of the post-quantum world. No business is isolated in this current climate. An organization depends on vendors and cloud services as well as software developers. The system will remain vulnerable if any part of the supply chain lacks quantum-safe security measures. The post-quantum readiness measures will need to encompass an organization's entire operational network. Organizations need to begin asking difficult queries today while establishing necessary criteria for new contracts. And then there's the workforce. Teams right now are most likely to lack the expertise and competencies needed to handle quantum-related business changes. Workforce development stands as an essential factor because of this reason. New training for post-quantum algorithms need to be developed along with new educational material in university curriculum. A single department lacks the capability to resolve this issue independently. The transformation encompasses all departments from security to IT and extends through legal departments and compliance teams, and also reaches marketing functions. Now let me shift gears just a bit. Customer trust remains strangely neglected in post-quantum research. People are reading the headlines, people read media coverage about quantum computers and the concerns regarding data security. Organizations presenting credible planning for quantum resistance will create an advantage that benefits their market positioning. That means transparency. Companies operating in this space need to publish papers as well as promises supported with active implementation. The global nature of this challenge needs full acknowledgement. Standards must be interoperable. Businesses operating within a single country must be able to use the same security requirements which other countries follow. Non-unified standards create barriers for adoption as they produce empty areas between different systems. Standards making activities by international organizations create essential value for the global market. This challenge affects all countries. So where do we go from here? The advantages of quantum computing today expand into areas of medical applications, logistics management, artificial intelligence, as well as materials research fields. But the true threat of quantum computing does exist today, and it continues to grow. Organizations should initiate action from small beginnings while designing systematically and committing to this process for an extended period as the technology develops. So I will end with this. We don't need to panic, we need to prepare. Quantum computing approaches, but organizations can confront it effectively through proper leadership and proper strategies. Our economy, with government functions as well as any life-sustaining systems, require protection. The critical question isn't whether quantum computing will impact cybersecurity. It's whether we'll be ready when it does. Thank you for your time.